So it's official, the Melissa and Doug painting easel and art stand-up thingy for kids, whatever the heck they're called, for drawing and painting and stuff. It has become our marquee. It has become our display. There's going to be a whole bunch of things going into this thing. It is going to work out pretty darn perfectly. You know, I thought about it, and then I thought the idea would be forced, but it just measures up and works out so perfectly that I think this is gonna go. It's gonna go. Well, we're getting so close to the end of this project now that I can actually taste it, but everything is go, go, go. Everything is green light. We're even labeling everything so that somebody else could actually work on this thing and know what the heck is going on, because I tell you what, I would say no too. I would say no too. So the development continues, the upgrades, the everything. Pachinko's on the way out. That's gotta go. Same with our bank vault symbol. That's gotta go. Everything is go, go, go. Let's go. Working on some arcade lighting for the outside of the cabinet. You'll see that when it's done. Labeled everything. Made a proper diagram so that people could actually work on this and know what's going on, so that things make sense, because the guy before me, whoever the heck that was, didn't color code his wiring very good. Just kidding, that was me. You know it was me. So now everything's mapped out. No more guessing work. Even I was guessing, and I built this darn thing. But proper labels, everything is in order. Wheels are on, didn't cheap out. They work great, they all got brakes. Gotta have those brakes on there, don't want it moving around, don't want its top heavy, tipping over on the little ones. Crazy drunk people, you know the like. Anyways, fixtures on the go, glue, aluminum checkers done. 25 bucks on Amazon. Didn't completely cheap out. These are weight rated very well for this Pachinko. They're casters, so they spin in all directions, and they're fully locking. So even though we're gonna be top heavy, this thing should be able to take a little bit of jolting. The neon's going on. I figure that's a nice way to clean up the cabinet, finish it off. A little backside luminescence. The arcade lighting is done. We've got some rear and side luminescence now, both sides. It is symmetrical, and they do go together in tandem. So I shared a few videos ago on how our audio configuration was and all of that. So let's get back into that again real quick, because it's changed a little bit and it might not be in its final stage, because I probably should be using a professional audio interface in here. We've got a lot of live feeds just tapped in together. So far they're getting along though. So this speaker here out front is our low volume or low audio that just runs with the machine without all of the Bluetooth speakers and whatnot that we have in the back. So that one runs on its own with the machine. When these are all on, as we get into it, there's two iMarble speakers here now and one Bluetooth speaker there as well. Together, all three of them give a pretty good sound, although it's not quite that arcade punchy sound that you get. And again, I say I probably should be using a proper audio interface, not just a live tap like we have here. But so far, again, as I said, it's all been working out. So eventually I might have to change that around. But at the same time, they all do have a purpose too. These two guys have some of their own audio built in, and we're tapped into that as well. They're capable of moving our ball elevator should I decide to go with those magnetic ones at any point. But so far, we're not using the magnetic ball elevators. Drew up a proper index here for all of our sensors and switches and any of the chips and everything that are in here. Anything that the wires I didn't color code as good as I should, but I mean, I couldn't imagine walking into trying to fix this darn machine had I not been the guy that assembled it in the first place, and it still was a nuisance tracing some of these wires that I had done and fixing in the upgrades and whatnot. But right now, everything is assigned, everything is the way it should be, and it makes sense. And so they all got their own labels now. As you just go through it, you know what every relay, every chip, every electrical tap is for. As you can see, got it all mapped out here. All mapped out. So somebody could actually work on this thing now. They'd be able to figure it out. Micro switch 2 right here is going to be the very final thing that we do on this machine. That's going to be our Nicolas Cage switch or whatever for when you finally beat this machine, and the congratulatories that you're going to be met when you do that. So in order to do that, you're going to have to get at least that 700 to 800 balls in your possession, and then you'll officially be able to say that you beat the machine, but not necessarily the high scores that are put up. So like I said, when you get your 700 to 800 balls in possession finally, when this thing is completely full, when you're completely full here, and when you trip that mechanism on the back of the Sankyo right here, where the balls have accumulated and one falls behind there, trips that, that's gonna be game over. Game over switch. So we'll get to that after these ball injectors are finally figured out for the Shark Fever. As I had mentioned, there is going to be a pair of them. So the bells and the whistles are pretty much ready to go, just a bunch of cosmetics in there. The timers and the sequences, the wiring, the switches, the sensory, everything is set up there. Balls used in points counters, they're working exceptionally well. They're quite accurate, but I do believe that we might just turn the Jackpots 1 into kind of a point system. So how it's actually gonna work is pretty cool. Your balls used times your points is going to be your top score. So when you multiply the two of them, you're gonna come up with a fun number that's gonna be kind of like an arcade's top score. We got quick zeros on these right here, so all I do is flip those, and then we're gonna zero out to start a new game. Well, would you look at that? It must be Pachinko season. Check that out. Scored us a $100 jobber off of Marketplace. This one required minimal repairs. It had a ball jam going on in here. You couldn't get it open. A couple other minor things, and the seesaw, it was kind of loose in here a little bit, so we had to tighten it up so it actually works how it's supposed to. Looks good now. Let's get to some cleaning here. So I found another late 70s Sankyo. A lot of the parts on this one are actually the exact same as the ones we have on here. But I figured I'd be able to mix and match a little bit. This one has the green backing, and our other one over there has the clear backing, so I want to mix and match a little bit of that just to spice up how it looks, make it look cool.